Hi, and welcome to my channel, Naughty Gnome Crafts. My name is Sarah, and you can find me as Naughty Gnome on Instagram. If you're new here, thanks for checking out my channel. Please consider subscribing and make sure you hit the like button. And if you're coming back, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Today's video is going to be about 5 free patterns that I have actually made so I can vouch for them, and also 5 that I would like to try at the end. And before we get started, today I am wearing my Carytown pullover, which is a sweater that I knit several years back now, I think maybe 2020 or 2019, out of some Madeline Tosh DK yarn. And actually underneath I'm wearing my Keep It Simple Babe tee in this chocolate brown cotton modal spandex. And then I'm just wearing it with a pair of ready-to-wear skinny jeans, and I will insert a picture here so you can see what it looks like on. So as I said, I know that there are lots of people who put out videos about free patterns in the sewing community, but I wanted to create a video with free patterns that I have actually made myself and that I can recommend. I narrowed it down to 5 because I thought that that was just a good number. So that doesn't mean that there aren't other free patterns out there that I have tried and loved, but these ones I can say particularly that I had a really good experience with them and I can heartily recommend them. And as I stated in the beginning, at the end, I do have 5 additional free patterns that I have not made myself. And so I'm going to need some help from you guys to please leave me comments if you have made any of those patterns and share your experience with it so that I can get a feel for whether those are good ones that I should try as well. So these are not ranked, it's just 5 patterns that I've made and loved. So the first one on the list is the Styla Patterns Galena. Now, Styla Patterns has recently rebranded. They were Little Lizard King, and I think that they have branched off so that Little Lizard King is the children's line and Styla Patterns is the adult line. But it's the Galena Dress, which is a fit and flare kind of knit dress. It has a scoop neck. It has some options for sleeves. You can do a faux button placket in the front, and then it has a half circle skirt. And it comes in sizes 0 to 32. And I will be putting up the sizing charts on the screen as well as the pattern cover photos and the line drawings so you can get an idea of what it looks like. I made this dress last year out of a bamboo spandex jersey that I got from Emma Onesuck in this black and white polka dot fabric. And I really love this dress. It's very comfortable to wear. I did make one error, I guess you could say, is I didn't wait for the hem to drop, and so it has dropped a little bit at the sides. So in theory, I should go back in and even out the hem, but I have not had great experiences with that recently. I've had some mishaps where I've tried to go back and fix the hem and then I just kept cutting it shorter and shorter, and then all of a sudden the dress is too short. So I think for this one, I'm just gonna leave it alone and live with it because honestly, people don't notice. But the real star for me of this particular dress is the sleeves. Now it does have some different options. I think you can do a short sleeve, which I haven't tried, but it has this beautiful long bishop sleeve with a cuff. It's just a really gorgeous sleeve, especially in a drapey fabric. And I have actually adapted another dress to use that same sleeve. I liked it that much. And that was my little red dress project, and I did do a full video on that, so I will link it up in the cards in case you want to go back and check out that one. But yeah, I would heartily recommend the Galena dress. I think that it's really wonderful. And they actually just came out with a brand new free dress pattern. This is just sort of this was not intended to be in the list, but they did just come out with it. I can't remember the name of it, but I will put it up on the screen. And it's like a square neck dress with tiers. It's also a knit dress, so that is also exciting and interesting. I think you just have to be a member of their Facebook group to get the code to download it. The Laurel dress, that's what it's called. But yeah, so I haven't tried that one, but because I liked the Galena so much, I would be interested in attempting that one as well. So number 2 on my list is the Secondo Piano Basic Instinct tee. Now I've only made one of these, but I do intend to make a few more when it gets warmer out. This is a very basic crew neck boxy tee, and I just really like the fit of it. I have tried some other more boxy structured tees, and I didn't quite like it as much as I liked this one. I just really like the fit of this. The size range is a little bit more limited. It comes from sizes extra small to extra large, and as I said, I will put the sizing chart up on the screen along with the line drawings. And so if you are in the size range and you like that style of tee, I would recommend it. It's really easy to put together. The version that I made it kind of as a tester out of some fabric that had been in my stash for a decade probably. And so I'm not that crazy about the print. So I converted it into a workout tee. So I don't actually wear this particular t-shirt that I made outside of the house, but it works fine as a workout tee actually. And as I said, I do really like the style of it, and I do plan to make more when spring rolls around. I think I would like just probably like a solid black out of the sorted boxy style tee. I think it would be very versatile and get a lot of wear in my spring and summer wardrobe. But yeah, I do really like that pattern and I heartily recommend it. Number 3 on my list of free patterns that I have tried and love is the fabric store Celine Jumpsuit. I've probably talked about this pattern ad nauseum, so if you've been watching my channel for a while, I apologize. But I really do love this jumpsuit, and I think that it's a wonderful pattern. It comes in sizes 0 to 30, and it is a woven jumpsuit with an elastic waist, and it has a crossover front with grown-on sleeves. So it's really easy to get in and out of. I made mine out of a pinstripe linen that I got from Stylemaker Fabrics. And it's my favorite jumpsuit by far. It's the one that I have worn the most. It's really good for spring and summer. It's nice and cool to wear. It's easy to get on and off. I do really like the elastic waist because it just holds you in place and you don't have awkward ties or, like wraps and stuff that you have to deal with. It's just a very comfortable, easy to wear style of jumpsuit. And even better that the pattern was free. And I would actually consider making another version of this at some point because I really do like the pattern. Number 4 on my list is the Patterns for Pirates peg legs. Now I do have 2 free leggings patterns that I have tried and loved. And so I kind of went back and forth a little bit about which one was my favorite and which one I wanted to recommend. But I chose the peg legs because it has a variety of options, and to me, I think it produces the most like ready-to-wear look of leggings. So you have options for just a plain pull-on style of leggings, like no frills, but then there's another version that you can download also for free that has color blocking, or it has it in pieces so that you can do color blocking, and it just has that like ready-to-wear look that you could go into a store and buy. It has lots of different options as far as pockets and different waistbands and different legging lengths on the leg, and also different rise options. I'm pretty sure I made the high rise option with the curved waistband, or the shaped waistband. I think there's a straight one and a shaped one. I did the shaped one, and I used a athletic knit fabric that I got from Stylemaker Fabrics. And this fabric actually did not have a ton of stretch, so I will say they're just a teeny bit hard to get on and off, but that's about the fabric and not about the pattern. I do think the pattern is a really good one. The only thing that I would say about this pattern that is not my favorite, and why I considered the other pattern instead, which I'll tell you what that is in just a second, but is the gusset. So you have the option to add a gusset, and the gusset is kind of an oval shape, and this is just personal preference. I feel like that gusset is just a little bit harder to insert than it could be, but obviously you don't even have to put in the gusset if you don't want. But yeah, that's the only thing I would say about the pattern that I don't really like. But otherwise, I think that because of all the options and the sizing range, I didn't tell you, it comes from sizes extra, extra small up to 3XL. I do think it's a wonderful pattern. Now, the other free leggings pattern that I have made and also liked was the 5 out of 4 ninja leggings. And I really like that one too. I like the gusset insertion on that one. I feel like it's much easier. However, it does not come with as many options as the peg legs. It's just more of like your straightforward, plain, like one fabric legging. So because of that, I think that the peg legs is a little bit more versatile, but I do like the ninja leggings too. And I will be linking all of the patterns that I'm talking about today in the description box so you can check them out. Now, number 5 on my list is the only one that I do not have a picture of because I made it quite a long time ago and for other reasons that I will quickly explain. But it is the LB Textiles Sage Tee. This is a men's pattern that comes from sizes extra small up to extra, extra large. So not a huge size range, but it is like your classic set-in sleeve crew neck t-shirt for men. And I made this for my husband quite a few years ago. I want to say I made it in 2017. And from what I can remember about this pattern, it does run large, so bear that in mind. I'm pretty sure that my husband, like his actual like measurements would have put him in the size like small or even medium, but what I did when I chose a size for making this t-shirt was I actually just measured one of his t-shirts that he already owns, and then I chose a size based on the finished measurements, and I ended up making him an extra small. So like I said, just bear in mind, if you want to make this t-shirt, maybe do the same thing, like check another t-shirt that you already have and then compare the sizing, because I do think that it runs pretty large. That's just my opinion. But otherwise, it does look pretty much like a classic ready-to-wear tee. From what I can remember, I think that they might even have like a binding for the back neck. I might be wrong about that. I'm sorry if I'm wrong about that. But like I said, from what I can remember, it's just your classic ready-to-wear look of a menswear tee. And it's a very simple pattern to put together. My husband really liked it. I can't even remember what fabric I used. I want to say it was just like a cotton. Actually, I think it might have been like a cotton hemp or something. But yeah, just a wonderful classic style of t-shirt that you could make over and over again. The only thing about it that I think that maybe they could have done is it might have been nice if they had added a long sleeve option, but it is a free pattern, so you know, you get what you get. And obviously, if you had some experience, you could just draft a longer sleeve to go with that t-shirt. But I do think that it is a wonderful pattern for the men in your life. So now that we have covered the 5 patterns that I have tried and can heartily recommend, I have a list of patterns that I have not made, but I really am interested in trying. And so please, if you have made any of these patterns and you can let me know what your experience was like, please leave a comment, and so that we can all share and figure out if these are patterns that are good ones that we can actually make and have good success with. So number 1 on my list is the French Navy Paddington top. This was a pattern from Peppermint Magazine. Oh, and just as an aside, I've never actually made a Peppermint Magazine pattern. I know that they're super popular and that tons and tons of people have made them. I just haven't. I don't know why. I think that I tend not to make free patterns just in general because I forget that they exist. So that's probably why. But anyway, the French Navy Paddington top has a poofy sleeve. It's a raglan. It buttons up the back. It's meant for woven fabrics. I think that it's really beautiful. I love the modeled photos, like the colors. It's just a gorgeous looking top. And I'm interested in trying that one for the spring. I wouldn't wear it in the winter because it's the short sleeve, but I think it would be a really nice one for the spring. So I am interested in trying that one. Number 2 is the In the Folds wrap top. This is another Peppermint Magazine pattern. I've seen so many versions of this on Instagram. The hashtag just has so many people have made it. And I really do like wrap tops, or I like the idea of wrap tops. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if I actually like wrap tops because I don't like fussiness, but I'm willing to try it. And it's another one that I think that I would like to make for the spring because I don't know that I would wear it right now. Maybe layer it over a turtleneck or something, it might be nice. But yeah, let me know if you've had experience with that one. Then number 3 is the Elizabeth Suzanne Studio Clyde Work Pants. Now this pattern is technically free, but it is a pay what you want model. So you can basically give a donation to the company of whatever you think that you can afford. But theoretically you can download it for free, so it is on the list. The thing that I like about these pants is that it has really deep pockets. It's an elastic waist pant. I did download it. I think I might have even printed it out, but I didn't make them yet because I was just a little bit scared about the fitting. But yeah, let me know if you've made them and what your experience was and if you liked them. Number 4 on the list is the Sew House 7 Elemental Pencil Skirt. I think this is a relatively new release. I don't know that I've seen that many made up on Instagram, but it just seems like a very simple knit pencil skirt. Now I have made the Simplicity 8982 pencil skirt and I really like that one, but I just was wondering if the Elemental skirt, if I might like it better, basically. So if you've made it or if you have any experience with that pattern, I'd be interested to hear what your thoughts are. And then the final one on my list to try is Sinclair Patterns Harper Cardigan. I know that this one is also another one that's super popular. So I have the Helen's Closet Blackwood cardigan, and it's a tried and true for me. I've made it several times. And so initially I was like, oh, I don't need to make the Harper because it looks really similar to the Blackwood. But But the reason that I've been thinking recently about possibly making the Harper is because the one thing about the Blackwood that I don't love is that the sleeves, at least for me, are fairly snug. So it's really hard to layer in the winter. Like the Blackwood cardigan for me is really much more of a spring and summer cardigan just because the sleeves are so form-fitting. And I was thinking that perhaps the Harper cardigan sleeves might be a little bit looser with more ease, and it might be easier to wear it over heavier layers. So let me know if that was your experience. I know that it does wrap, I don't know if it wraps, but it comes closer to the front, whereas the Blackwood is like a cutaway. That part doesn't really bother me either way. It's really more the sleeves that I'm looking for. So let me know if you've tried the Harper and if it has more ease in the sleeves, because if it does, I would be interested in perhaps making one or two of those for the winter, because I do really like that style of cardigan. It's very comfortable and easy to wear and just throw on over anything. But yeah, the sleeve ease is a big issue for me. So that is the list of free patterns that I have tried and made and can personally vouch for, and also a list of 5 patterns that I have not yet made but am interested in. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you will hit the like button and please consider subscribing to my channel. I will see you again next time.